pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Tight end going in motion here. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now, faking the give. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at him.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's 1st down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in 2nd and long.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd down and 9. They'll look to throw. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
What did this defensive play caller tell us all week, Mike? They wanted to come out and set the tone of this game, dictate the terms of how this game would be played, and, man, through the first drive here, boy, have they ever.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Browns offense going to take over now for the second time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. Here's Brown. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. A fair catch signal, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's given defenses across the league a lot to think about when they try to game plan for him. Consider he's currently 2nd in the NFL in quarterback rushing yards. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it is the rookie from Oklahoma. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll try to run for it. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up 1st down.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
That's taken in. Keon Coleman. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And this won't be a touchdown, but it will be a 1st down as they're able to get the conversion and set up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Broncos. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Now return coming from the 7th. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after 1, it's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll air it out down the middle. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This one taken at the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense getting set to get back to work. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 79 yards. Touchdown, Denver. A try here for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Broncos will take a 14-6 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, a man open right side. He's got him. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Cleveland. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
The PAT, up and good. And the Browns move back to within 1. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Broncos offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Contact up front. Can they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. That's into the hands of Coleman. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker, because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
The Browns offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. On the ground, it's Brown. And a short gain there, down only to the 48. 2nd down and 8. A carry here for Brown. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in a tight 1-point game in this first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. 3rd and 5. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a 1st down to go with it. Throwing now from the gun. Short pass taken in by the tight end. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A quick throw that's complete on the slant. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll look to throw. This one caught at the 4. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The kick is good. Makes the score Browns 20, Broncos 14.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll throw out of the gun. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Browns are on top as we send you to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the visiting Patriots come in and get the victory on the road. The Pats are hoping now to just avoid double-digit losses on the year, and they avoid that fate, at least for 1 week, with their 4th victory. From there, we'll jet east to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at the Link. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. 31-13 was the final. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. The Titans are in a position where they need to win out and get some help. But a victory there does improve their mark to 6-7. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line, a pickup of 7. Here comes 3rd and 6. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
The Broncos bringing out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion to the left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. They'll run here with Brown. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They motion a receiver right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
It seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's caught. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Denver. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The extra point is good. And the Broncos have taken a 4-point advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A shotgun snap. He'll look to, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This is caught at the 2. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Browns go up by 3. It's 27-24.
Broncos 24.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Complete, taken in by Franklin. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll look, he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. But this is taken in by a teammate. Now Brown. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Give him 13 on that screenplay. And a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cleveland.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one. Second and a yard. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll stick with him again. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Look at the big guy rumble. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. This pass deflected and caught. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Back to the air one more time. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7. They'll look to throw yet again. That one taken in. Touchdown, Browns. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Browns will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
The second down throw is incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Now, faking the give. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He's going to have a Broncos first down as they wind up getting 13 on fourth down.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
They'll send their tight end left.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. A throw over the middle, going to be caught by Franklin. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
32-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle. Finding room to the 20. And he will score! Game on! Touchdown, Broncos. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he goes forward. Good gain on that one. Pickup of 8 out to the 33-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Cleveland.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Off play action. He'll set up to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
The Browns getting their punting team out there. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
That's taken in by Franklin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. This is 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quickly to the outside and complete. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw. A ball deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. So, overtime coming up. Not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets 1 possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This fielded at about the 9. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. Looking downfield for Coleman.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. That's a throw that's going to make him cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
The Browns offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. On second down, they'll run. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started. So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
We're all set to kick this one away. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. This team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with first and 10. Now a give on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Third down and 6 yards to go.
Now they'll set up to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On fourth down, out comes the punter. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with first and 10. There's that man again, another catch.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either the ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
They're all set to punt this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Looking middle, he's got it complete to Coleman. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. They go right back to Coleman. He's got it again. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. Zeros on the clock. And that is going to do it. Unsatisfied.